All right, Jasmine, for our first English episode, we're going to be doing the theme of driving. And I'm going to talk about,
Yes.
you know, people that, blinkers, people do
Mm.
and don't turn off blinkers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about people that race in public. I'm also
Mm-hmm.
going to talk about, baby on board signs and cars that, have their rap music with those big speakers inside their cars.
Oh,
What about you?
yes. Yes. Um, well, obviously, the elder lady that they think that the freeways for them.
Okay.
I'm also gonna talk about those cars that are behind you, like smelling your butt. And obviously, when some cars lately they're not stopping for ambulance or police or firefighters for them to pass.
Yeah.
Shame on them.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
All right. Ready?
ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's go. Woohoo!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Huevos,
Caídos.
the show where we express our opinion and give a possible solution to things that nos caen los huevos in the real world. Today I have myself, Rick, and next to me is the beautiful
Producer
producer.
Jasmine.
Sorry. This is our very first English episode.
It's exciting.
Some of you have been requesting, to do our episodes in English because you guys don't understand Spanish, losers. Anyways,
Just bear with us, please. English is our second language, especially for me. So, okay, or have fun with it, okay? Enjoy it.
yeah. So today's theme is about driving, things that we see driving.
driving.
So if you think you guys find this content or driving is content relatable to you, please don't forget to hit this like button, hit the subscribe button, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so that you guys don't miss any future episodes.
Absolutely. Cool.
So usually, when we do our Spanish episodes,
Yes.
and we have been starting off by saying the nerdy fact of the day. Well, that's what it's called in English, but
Well,
that's
actually, in Spanish, it's like the gossip of the day, but we wanted to call it the nerdy.
the
fact.
nerdy fact of the day. So take it away, Jasmine.
Aye, okie dokie. So since it's driving, I'm gonna talk about cars, right? Okay, so either you don't know this or you might already, but hear me out. So your car's headrest isn't just for comfort. It's designed to prevent whiplash. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes,
Whiplash?
whiplash.
By reducing the risk of neck injuries and during a collision. Now, it has to be high, the top of your head, and it should be close to your back. Okay, so another thing that some people might not know, let's for instance say that there's a dog inside a car during the summer, or something like that. You can remove it, and the metallic prongs can be used to break the window. Also, if you're submerged underwater, you can break the window with it, which it's a very cool fact to know about it. But believe it or not, there's something else. In March of last year, 2023, a woman called Paisley had a car accident, and her car rolled over. Now, the impact caused her clip. How is it called? Clock clip?
The clock clip.
To lodge into the back of her head, resulting in 5 staples to close the wound. So, yes, I know that I just mentioned it, that it's very important to have the, what is it called again? I'm very bad with words in English. The headrest. It's very important, and that's the reason why we have it, to prevent that your neck moving from that.
Whiplash.
Yeah, exactly. But don't be wearing this here in your head when you're driving. Please remove it. Put it on a side, whatever. Once you get out of the car, put it back in. just to prevent those. She's not the only one that have those injuries. A lot of other ladies have done it, and that's the nerdy fact of today. Woohoo! Every day we learn something new.
All right, that's pretty cool, actually. I think those people in the movies don't know about removing the headrest and breaking the window because they're always trying to break the window with something else.
With their arm.
Uh-huh.
Yes, or with a rock.
You know, they're very good at like taking off the seatbelt or tearing the seatbelt,
That is true.
but never breaking the window.
That is true.
We need to teach those actors some. I think this is for
Maybe
movie
we
effect.
should work in Hollywood, huh?
All right. So once Jasmine gives her nerdy fact of the day, we play a little game called Separate the Yolk from the Egg Whites, where we ask each other questions of something that nos cae en los huevos more than anything else, and then at the end of the show we will reveal why we decided on those answers.
Okay.
So you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. What do you hate more? Being stuck in traffic or missing a green light?
Being stuck in traffic. That was easy.
Okay. What do you hate more? A grocery cart in the middle of a parking spot in the grocery store? Or people that open the door and hit your car?
People that open their door and hit my car.
All right. Getting stuck behind a tractor or getting stuck behind a school bus?
Getting behind the tractor.
Okay. Your turn.
Okie dokie. So, what did you dislike the most? Drivers not putting their turn signal before changing the line, or a big truck park wrongly, like taking two spaces?
A truck parked wrongly.
Number 2, what do you dislike the most? Drivers tailgating you, or that they have their high beams during the night?
Them tailgating me.
Okay. And last, what does it boil your, what is it called?
Didn't scan those huevos?
Women driving bad or elder people driving slow?
People driving bad.
Okay. And so at the end, at the end of our podcast, we're gonna say why we said those answers, why we choose those answers.
By the way, people, whenever we say the term "nos caen los huevos," that's equivalent to
Yes.
what grinds my gears or what I've had it with, any of those.
So you guys are learning Spanish. You guys are gonna start saying "me caen los huevos."
Yeah, it's you can't translate it word for word because it's not gonna come out right. But it's just
No.
a phrase that they use in Spanish, which also means the phrase would be like I said, grinds my gears, or I've had it with this. It's the same phrase, but that's how they say it in Spanish, right?
And that's why we pick those words, "me caen los huevos," and you're gonna hear it a lot, guys. You're gonna get used to it, right? Cool.
Cool. All right, so let's get started with our theme of the day and what we've had it with, or que nos caen los huevos.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I can start if you
Go
want.
ahead.
Okay. So, like I said, one thing that I really dislike, it's elder people, especially older women. I have hard problems with that word.
Women?
They're driving super slow. They think the whole freeway is theirs, or the whole street, and they're going like 15 miles per hour. And usually it's when I'm late at work and I'm already frustrated and all that, and they don't care for their lives. And then you pass them and they're like 100 years old and still driving. That me caen los huevos. Have you noticed that?
You have no patience.
I do have patience, but they're going and then they're going like this, like they cannot see. Now I know what you guys are gonna say, like, oh yeah, it's easy for you to be complaining about that. But wait for it. One day you're gonna be in that situation. You're also gonna be elder, well, hopefully, right? And
I'm never gonna be elderly. What are you talking about?
oh, that's true. Rick thinks that he's always gonna be young, forever
Well,
young.
I'm not young either, right? And we notice it in pictures, but I don't plan to get older at this point.
Forever
I've
21.
stopped my age hormones or whatever you call them. My age genes, I've stopped them.
Okay, whatever. You have so much confidence in yourself. I stopped the hormones.
Yeah, look. Did you see what I did?
Yeah,
Stopped
yeah. But anyways, it is upsetting, especially like I said, some people's they're like a little bit late or just the entering the freeway. It's 45 miles, but you should speed up to catch up the speed of the other cars. And no, they enter the freeway like at 15 or 20. And then I hung them. I'm like, come on, lady, then don't get up in the freeway. Don't get into the freeway. Like, you know? So yeah, that I'm just saying it. That gets me very upset. Me caen los huevos.
Haven't you thought of like going around them?
When you enter in the freeway, you cannot go around them. Duh.
Also, you're just specifically talking when you're entering the freeway.
No, but also, there's also a lot of like, the main street going into my house. It's only one line going in one direction and the other line going the other direction. So I cannot go over her.
Yeah, I personally don't see that as a problem. I mean, I'm patient. If they're going too slow, I go around them, even if it's one of those that you're talking about where it's just one lane. Obviously, I'd be careful to make sure there's no oncoming traffic, but that's
No,
it.
you don't. You wait for them because I've been in your car and you're like, oh, and I'm like hung them. And then you're like, no, it's okay. We have time. Yeah. So don't say
That's because
that.
I'm patient. I'm patient.
Okay.
What else do you have?
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, unless you're not done, I'm sorry.
No, for that one, yes, I am. Okay. So, the other one that it's one of my favorites. I'm very passionate about it. That trucks don't park correctly. They think like they're the owners of 2 parking spaces. Or the other day, remember the truck that was very close to the car?
Mm-hmm.
And even you and I, we were like, what the heck? Like he was getting closer to our line. Yeah. I'm sorry, truck drivers, but you suck.
Yeah, you see that a lot, especially in big trucks, and I don't know what it is. But one of my things that me caen los huevos is that I just basically dislike trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't dislike truck owners. I just dislike trucks.
Yes, let's make that very, very clear. I'm not complaining about the drivers either. I'm complaining the action of what they do. Not because a person just get off the truck. I have a lot of friends who own trucks. No, we're cool guys, okay? It's just the majority of those people who are driving trucks tend to do that.
Well,
I hope my friends are not doing
well,
that.
aside from that, first of all, a lot of people, I don't know why. Well, that's another point that I'll make later. But people that own trucks, one, I don't know why in the world truck owners would want to get into small parking spaces where where we don't fit.
And then they open their doors and they heat your car and they don't even care.
Well, that's another point, right?
That's another point.
And then, they don't do truck stuff with it. They just have a truck.
Oh yeah, you were saying that the trucks should be like for construction and
Like
all
if
that.
if you own a truck and you do truck stuff with it, then yeah, you need it. You need it. But if you don't, then I don't. Why did you buy it? Why would you buy a truck? Like,
I think they say because they like the height. They feel like superior of everybody
Then buy an
else.
SUV. Because an SUV doesn't have wasted space,
That's true.
but a truck does. It's not like you can put people in the back of the bed.
And wait for it, guys. Here in Texas, you're going to see a lot of truck owners that they put in the back of the truck hanging some eggs.
Oh, the hanging testicles for
These ones.
for a lack of better word.
For the people who are listening to us in Spotify, behind us, we have a green screen and we're able to put a picture of the truck hanging. You know what? To make it look like a bull.
You can watch us on Spotify, but if you are just listening, then yeah,
That's
We have a green
what
screen in
we're
the back.
making fun of it. Like, so what? Usually, I think those drivers in real life, they have it small. And they want to show it up like, yeah, mine are big, at least in my truck.
I think there was another podcast that mentioned the same thing too, that they don't like.
Yeah. Oh, so see, it's not only us. It's not only me. There you go.
Yeah.
You're not seeing a car with fake boobs, right?
Imagine.
Go girl power, right? Like, come on, that's ridiculous.
So one solution: don't buy trucks, or buy a truck, but use your car, and then use your truck when you need to carry something like a refrigerator or whatever.
Well, another thing, if you already own a truck because you like it and you're paying it and you have been using it for different stuff, like helping out friends, how do you say, move from one place to another, please don't be using 2 parking spots, especially like in the mall, in the movie theaters. You know that there's a limited amount of parking spaces. And when you're driving, be careful of the cars that are next to you. Just be more aware of it. That's another solution. Simple as that.
Yeah, and don't park in reverse.
In Spanish, we have a song that says "de reversa, mami." Like going in. My mom loves to park in reverse.
Yeah, no.
Why?
Look, I may have patience for a lot of things,
Yes.
but I hate that I'm behind a car. It could be a car. It doesn't have to be a truck. And then the car in front of me is trying to park in reverse. So now I have to wait. And then most people, and you're probably one of them, when you're parking in reverse, you have to go a little bit forward because you didn't align right the first time. And then you probably didn't align right the second time, so you have to go forward again. And then you're looking back, and I'm like, and you're wasting my time. Versus if you just park forward, you're there. And then I have the argument is that, well, I get to leave faster or whatever. Well, yeah, but also when you leave and if you parked forward, you just have to reverse one time and can leave. You don't have to be like, oh, I didn't align right leaving the parking space. That doesn't exist.
Can we put the clip that we did in Spanish?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
this
Okay.
lady?
Oh, yeah. So in the Spanish podcast, I mentioned that there's a movie by Jackie Chan called Who Am I?
Who am I?
And there's a chasing scene.
Yes.
And the scene was being driven by, well, in the movie, the person that plays the part is a professional race car driver.
Obviously.
Right? So she's being chased, or they're being chased, and she's able to like do this cool thing with a handbrake and reverse really cool. Unless you can do that,
Yes.
then by all means, I will bow down as the god of parking in reverse.
My mom can do that.
But no, she cannot.
Yes, she can.
No, she cannot. I want to, okay, one day you take me with your mom and let's do it.
Let's do it.
I want to see, and then
And then it will
Like
be
in
cool
the-
if
like
we
in the
can share
video.
that clip with everybody.
who's everybody?
Our followers.
Well, I'm going to put it here, obviously.
Right?
I'm going to put it here. But no, not everybody can do that. No, your mom cannot do that. Settle
Yes,
down.
she can.
No, she can't. So unless you're able to do it like that, by all means, park in reverse. But if you cannot, don't be doing that.
Okay. Another thing that I really dislike is cars that are going slow in the freeway, but in the truck line.
In the fast lane.
No. The fast line, it's all the way to your left, right?
There's a truck lane?
Yes, it's the second line. That's where the majority of the trucks.
18-wheelers.
Yes, correct.
Oh, okay. I see what
Correct.
you're saying.
Trailers.
18-wheelers.
Oh, okay. Well, for my friends here in the podcast, it's trailers.
We're in the English podcast.
It's hard for me. Okay, 18-wheeler. Yeah, I have a friend that she drives one, and all the time she's complaining about these stupid people who are going 45, 48 miles in that line. And that's the line that the 18-wheelers need to be driving in when they're like passing that city, right? Once they're in the city, they might not, because they might need to get off the freeway. But for the most of the time, they have to be there. And so another thing, you see the trailer, the 18-wheeler, I'm sorry, el trailer behind you, and you don't care about it. They're like, it's not my business. I'm going to keep driving at 48 miles when it's 60, the speed. I hate when they do that. They can cause collisions because maybe you don't know this, but the weight of that 18-wheeler, it takes time to stop. Exactly. Yeah. So sometimes we are the ones that cause those accidents involved with those 18-wheelers, because we're the ones that we stop at the last moment. We're seeing that there's like traffic and we stop at the last moment, not caring. And then they like, crash with everybody else. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, when I'm driving in the freeway and I see ahead of me that they're like slowing down or hitting their brakes, I'm doing the same like the 18-wheelers. I put on my, what is it called? The flashing lights?
Your emergencies?
My emergency lights to notify, to aware the cars that are behind me, hey, something is going on. And they think that it's my car, and they start like, how do you say? Like,
They start going around you?
They start going around me, and then all of a sudden they hit their brakes because the freeway, the traffic, it's slowing down. But I do that so the other ones know that, hey, something is going on. So maybe that's a solution, we can be helping each other.
Well, in their defense, when you turn on your blinkers in the highway, that's what that means, that your car is either breaking down or...
Correct. But the 18-wheelers, notice that they do that. That's the way they're communicating that I'm slowing down.
Well, yeah, but that's different because most drivers are used to 18-wheelers doing that, but not a car.
But I only do it for a few seconds. I don't keep it like that. I just do it for a few seconds, and then I start slowing my speed.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I was just giving a solution, but it's up to us.
Good solution, but I guess maybe there needs to be more awareness from other drivers that maybe not all emergency lights means to go around a person.
And also, if you have your grandma, your mom, your aunt, your cousin, your grandpa, your uncle, your neighbor, your son, let them know that do not be driving slow in front of a 18-wheeler. Let them pass, please. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And then when I this is another little parenthesis. When I was teaching my son to drive, I was very clear on him. Don't speed on parking lots, okay? Especially like Walmarts, malls, because there's a lot of people with children, and they're walking into their cars, or because they're, I don't know, still looking at the receipt of what they bought, and then they're, how do you say when you're getting back?
Reverse.
In reverse. Thank you. And they don't see other cars coming, and that's where more accidents occur. Okay, not at, sometimes they don't happen all the time at the freeway. They happen when people are driving like 20 miles per hour or 15 or something like that. So I was very clear with my son, be careful, do not speed in parking lots, estacionamientos, parking lots. And you don't know how many times I see this, especially young generation, just boom, speeding there. And no, that's not a place to do that. That's why a lot of stores, they have the speed bumps
Right.
to stop that, because a lot of people are walking in and out, or leaving the shopping cart or things like that, you know? So let's make more conscious. Let's spread out that word.
Right.
So now it's your turn.
My turn.
Yes, Rick.
Well, just the fact that people don't use their blinkers sometimes. It's, let's say I'm at an intersection and the car is coming from my left, and he's gonna make a right on the street that I'm coming out from. He doesn't turn on his blinker, so right there I'm unsure if he's gonna go straight or not. I could have already like turned if I knew he was gonna turn. And of course, there's you got your other situations where like they're on the highway and they don't turn it on, and so
their
nobody knows. So
excuses,
nobody
I
knows.
forgot.
So nobody knows what's. It just helps, when we're driving. What are they gonna do? They're gonna make a left. They're gonna make a right. They're gonna go straight. So when they don't turn it on, we never know.
Wait for it. That reminds me. They do it while they're turning into a line. What's the point? Too late. Stop doing that. They or once they are inside, then they put it and they turn it off. I'm like, are you kidding me?
There's a feature in new cars where, and I don't like it. Well, I know my car does it. I don't like it.
What is it?
Well, there's two settings to the blinker. Right? There's one where like you just push it up a little bit. Where it doesn't snap. You know how like when you it snaps, right? It turns it on, but it only blinks like twice and it turns off.
Oh, is that what is happening?
And then the Teslas don't have it where it snaps. There's it clicks, but it doesn't stay there. It doesn't stay up or down. Because if you're making a right,
until you do the
Well,
all spinning,
no,
it goes back up.
yeah,
Is that
okay,
what
well,
I mean?
yeah, but Teslas don't do that.
Oh,
Teslas have it where like it clicks, but it goes back to its position. So it's got two things. It's got just tap it a little bit, and it'll blink twice, and then it'll turn off. Or if you let it click, it'll stay on forever.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Until the wheel or until you snap it back down.
Because even I forget it, and my boyfriend all the time is doing it. He's saying to me like, "Your blinkers are on."
Yeah. So I don't like that little two blink feature that some of these cars have.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? On the opposite, what I love is cars that they have it in the back of the car, but also el espejo de lado. What is it called?
The mirrors? Yeah, the mirror.
Yeah, the ones in the door.
The driver mirror, yeah.
Okay.
Or
They
passenger mirror.
they also are flashing it. I love that because it makes it more aware. You can see it more obviously when they're gonna turn either left or right.
They should make it so that the whole left side or right side of the car flashes.
But what's the point if people are not using their signals? It's simple as that. Like they're not using it. Like, come on.
I can have the same argument with you about the mirrors. Like, why put it on the mirror if nobody's gonna use it?
What mirror?
You just said it. That you like it that there's a blinker on the mirror on the mirror.
Yeah, because you know why? Because sometimes their backlights are dirty, they're dusty. And so you cannot see it that bright, but at least on that.
Yeah, but I'm using your logic against you. Why put it on the mirror if nobody uses their blinkers?
I understood it. Okay. Okay, Rick. What is another thing que te cae en los huevos?
People that race on public streets.
Yes. Yes. Or the freeway, especially like 2 in the morning.
That's a public street.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought like the street where my house is or something like that.
I think that even though this probably would not be cost effective, there should be like closed, like circuits or closed, not circuits, closed streets where you're allowed to do that.
You're right. There should be a place where if they want to do it, and my understanding there is, I used to, some years ago, I used to go and attend, they will race cars, and we're putting it in the back. But they should have a place where if they want to do that, okay, go for it. But not where you're putting in danger so many other people's lives. And that's the thing that once they crash it, and most of the time they are already drunk, right?
Well, whether they're drunk or not, they shouldn't be doing it anyway.
Correct. But when do you see it more? During the day or during the night? Or it doesn't matter anymore?
I see it during the day only when there's no traffic, but mostly at night because there is no traffic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very upsetting. Shame on you if you have been doing all that. Especially 20-something years old people.
I think that we should be able to be ones to take away their license.
What do you mean?
Like instead of just the police doing something about it, the citizens should be able to do something about it.
But then they will always take over that power and use it for something bad. So no, let's still leave it to the police. But once again, I mentioned that in my Spanish podcast that I'm very, if I'm driving in the freeway and I see car speeding, with my Bluetooth
Oh,
I call 911 and I let them know that, hey, some cars are racing each other on the freeway.
Yeah, but by the time you call and then they get there, they're all gone. So my solution would be more like, let us do something about it. I'm not saying confront them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there should be like a website where we can go to, where we can upload footage. Because obviously we would have to capture it on camera or something.
Which a lot of people are doing that in Instagram.
We capture it on camera along with the license plate and say, hey, this person raced.
Yeah, that's that way you have like the physical evidence.
Because I bet you if that existed, the amount of people that do it is going to just go down.
You're right, but since they're speeding, it's hard to get their license plate.
Well, I mean, obviously, yes, but if we're able to capture that in the moment that we're able to get the license plate, then they'll get them. They'll find their info and they'll get them.
Well, I know that's one of the reasons why, like my son, he has the cameras in his car. Just if anything happens, he doesn't want to be blamed because he's young of a car accident, of somebody not paying attention, or also he can be taking video of like people speeding in the freeway, racing and all that. So that at least there's that proof of that happening,
Yeah.
And I don't have it in my car, so I think I need to buy it to have it there, So that could be like a solution in the meantime. And others spreading the word, telling others that it's not worth it for real, speeding, and maybe having a designated place where they can release that hormones, that spirit, whatever they have that they want to be racing cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. Why not? Or maybe it can be like kids' cars and they can be like driving them and I'm going to beat you.
No, that would
You
be funny to
know?
watch.
There was this wedding. I don't know if we can find the video, but the entrance of the groom and bride, they enter in children's cars, and with the song of Fast and Furious, drift, and the groom is speeding there in the dance floor.
One of the little cars, right?
Yeah. Almost like Mario Cars, you know.
Uh-huh.
By the way, Rick is a big fan of Super Mario, so
Yeah, that's what I'm known for.
he's obviously we want to do that, right? We want to maybe one day go to Japan and be driving those cars and
I don't know about that.
at least I would like to do that.
All right.
And then I will be going like 10 miles per hour. Yeah, that's right. What's another thing that te caen los huevos, Rick, about driving?
I want to make this very clear.
Mm-hmm.
I do not hate people that smoke. I hate the smell.
Okay.
So when I see people driving and they're smoking, and sometimes they even have a new car,
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, why would you want to mess up your car like that?
Well, I don't care if they want to mess up their car like that. What I don't like is that they do pollution. They threw away in their window the little. what
Oh,
is it
that one.
called?
Oh, that one I hate the most because, especially at night, because you see it more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll be driving, and then there's a person ahead of me,
Mm-hmm.
but they're on the right lane,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll throw their cigarette thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you see the sparks on my lane in front of me, and
Yeah.
I basically run over those sparks. Oh, I hate that. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like they just like here you go, like mess up your car, like they're doing it at me.
Yeah, like
you know?
like if they were speeding to
It
us,
feels like-
speeding like that.
I feel like they did it on purpose, and they probably didn't, but because everybody just does that. But at the same time, I'm like, put it out in your car. You're
Yeah, exactly.
you're the one smoking. Why you throwing it out on the street?
Yeah, that's why it is like when I see also cars smoking, and then in a red light, and especially if I have my window down, like you said, the smoke comes into my car and I'm breathing that, and then it smells in my hair, it smells in my clothes. Yeah, I also hate it. Me caen los huevos a mí también. I'm in that one with you, Rick. Absolutely, I dislike it. What's another thing que te caen los huevos?
The baby on board signs.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
By the way, a lot of these we did talk about in our Spanish podcast.
Yeah.
The baby on board signs, like, guys, if you have a baby on, look, if you're young, I get it, because I used to have a baby on board sign.
You
know?
Shame on you.
But now that you look at the reality of it, it's like nobody cares if you have a baby on board sign or a baby on board. Nobody's gonna say, "Oh, that guy has a baby on board sign."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna lower my miles per hour here.
I should put a
I'm gonna
premenopausal on board.
I'm gonna like nobody's gonna say, "Oh, you know what? He has a baby on board. I'm gonna start using my blinkers now."
Yeah, they don't.
Well,
they don't
he's
care.
here. I'm gonna start using my blink. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
Nobody
don't.
cares.
They don't. Yeah.
Don't have that. I personally don't care if you have a baby on board. I drive safely.
I was gonna say that, but you drive safely.
I drive
You
safe-
are very,
I
very
drive
good at driving.
safely.
Regardless.
Everyone, no matter there's a baby, we're all human
Uh-huh.
beings.
Mm-hmm.
We all should drive safely for the safety of each other, because we all have to use the streets.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So take down that baby on board sign. Nobody cares.
That is true. Like, what's the point? I know you guys like it, but it's not gonna make more conscious on the other drivers, right?
No.
So one of the things that me caen los huevos, Rick, is those cars that they change the el mofle. How do you say that?
Oh, the muffler.
Yes, say it.
The muffler.
El mofle. Wow.
And it makes a lot of noise.
Yes, and then and the car is going like 20 miles per hour. Like, are you? That is ridiculous. Like, why are you guys doing that?
Yeah, nobody wants to hear you.
Yeah.
They should just have a feature inside the car that even though that still would be dangerous though. They should have a feature inside the car where that sound comes out of your speakers, not out of your muffler. So that way you can hear it and no one else has to hear that crap.
And then, you know, when it bothered me the most, when I was in the hospital, I have been in the hospital for several reasons, especially people who have cancer or, you know, they're fighting something else and they're in and out of the hospitals, and they're already having a lot of disruptions with the nurses taking your blood pressure and all that. And you're trying to sleep a few minutes and then you can hear the car. Like, come on.
That's happened to me in the days where we used to open our window for cool air to come in instead of turning on the air conditioner.
Yeah.
That would happen, that we would have the window open and obviously you can hear everything coming in from the outside. And there would be cars like that and they would wake you up.
Dude, not only that, you and I work graveyard. And so we sleep during the day, like during early morning, we're sleeping and you can hear those cars. And I had a neighbor that he has a car like that. And I hated him. I want to go one of these days and just be like beeping, beep, 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 beep to wake him up.
Listen, muffler.
Revenge.
Listen, muffler enthusiasts. Let me tell you something. Nobody really cares about the sound that your car is making.
Yeah, because it doesn't even make it go faster.
Unless people might care if it's the actual engine of your car making that noise. But if it's not, nobody cares. And it's more of an annoyance to most people than it is not.
Correct.
So take it off. Take it off or put a sound effect inside your car that is making noise.
Does that ring a bell about the other point that you were going to talk about, the loud cars?
Yes. The other thing I don't like, it's kind of, I was having a discussion with the boys at work. Mm-hmm. And they said that they love it. Mm-hmm. Because their argument is, well, it's not supposed to be music that you're supposed to hear. It's supposed to be the person inside, and they like the rumbling of the seats, and I don't know what. I'm like, okay, but that is still making noise outside of the car.
Yes,
and it doesn't sound pleasant outside.
No.
It sounds worse, if not the same.
It sounds worse.
Like
the boom, boom.
Like the muffler.
Like even my heart, like boom.
No, it doesn't even sound. It sounds like plastic. It sounds like. That's what it sounds like. It's terrible. It's no. Turn it off.
Did you know that it also affects your ears?
Yeah, they don't care. We know that. But see, we're older. And wiser.
Speak for yourself, older. I'm forever.
Okay,
21.
I'm wiser. You're just older.
But yeah, no, seriously, that is very like, what is a solution that we can bring for that? Like, I just try to drive and move out of the way and just. I think
for every car there should be a certain decibel level by law of how loud it can be.
Yes, like the tinting of your windows. Mm-hmm. You're right. Is it? Can anybody tell us, friends, if that's already like against the law, having a very loud speakers or bass in the back of your car,
or in other states other than Texas, or in other countries?
All my exes are from Texas.
I think that song mostly applies to us people that live in Texas because we are from here.
Texas, yeah. Hey, maybe there's some people hearing us from England, and I would like to know if they have the same issues as us over here.
Yeah, that's why I asked other countries también, if other countries as well, if there's laws like that where where a car can't be as loud or too loud.
That is absolutely true. Now, I have another point that I wanna go really fast. También me caen los huevos when cops, yes, guys, when cops use their lights just to pass a red light. And then you can see it like they cross the street, the red light, and then they turn it off. We saw it last night. You know that we saw it last night.
I think that's I don't like that either. I think that's like taking advantage of your authority.
Exactly.
And-
Shame on you guys.
And it shouldn't be used for that. But
Because then everybody else who's driving is like, what? Am I getting a ticket? Do I need to pull over? Like, what happened? Is an ambulance coming? Like, what? And then you see them, they turn it off and like, pues, ¿qué pasó? What happened? Why did they turn them off? Oh, just because? And I've seen that in Mexico as well, okay? Like, not only here in Texas. So I don't know if this is like international, that they take advantage of that, you know? Now, on the other side, me caen los huevos, all those drivers that they don't stop, they don't follow the rules of traffic when an ambulance or firefighters are coming.
I think that goes along with the rules of how loud things are. I can only imagine that sometimes they don't stop because they can't hear it, but they can also not hear it because they have music loud or they have headsets on. I don't know, right? I'm just kind of guessing here.
But
Because
it is
I can hear
a legal obligation to clear the way. I'm going to say it again. It is a legal obligation to clear the way.
because I can always hear ambulances even when I have my music on. I don't have my music on too loud, but I can hear ambulances coming.
Yeah, but immediately I'm the one. I'm really good at that. At immediately, if I'm able to go into the right and stop for them to pass, you know, or if they're behind me and I cannot go into the right, I start honking on the car in front of me for them, or flashing my lights for them to move, and then I move a little bit to the left, like it's an emergency. This is not that happens all the time, but I'm noticing that at freeway they don't clear the path for the ambulance and the firefighters, you know.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know if that goes back to what I said, that because either they're listening to loud music inside their car, or for some reason they can't hear. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I can hear mine. I don't know what's going on in other people's, or they just don't care.
I think they just don't care. I think they could also, you know what? They could also be on the phone, the Bluetooth. I've been at work, I'm in park, and I can hear the other cars coming, and I can hear their conversations fully of what they're talking, what they're saying. So I don't know if that's also the thing, or you know, they're just like, I will stop until they're like right behind me, like whatever. Like there's space for them already. Why do I still have to merge to the right? Have you noticed that? Yeah, like just not caring. That also me caen los huevos. What's another thing, Rick, that te caen los huevos at the of driving?
Red lights or green lights
Ah, caray.
that take forever.
Oh,
Well, red lights that take forever, but green lights that don't take forever.
that is true. That is true. There's an intersection here in my city, near the Whataburger where I used to live, that the light after midnight only lasts 1 second. And I swear to you, it happened only 1 second. Why did they change the light like that after midnight? I don't know. But that is exactly like, that's it. It's only one second green, and then it turns red again.
Well, I Uber drive at night, right? And
That's
and
true.
I also don't like stupid lights. For example,
Stupid lights.
yeah, for example, you have a very busy street that's normally busy in the day, but not at night, right? But it will turn red for a street that's just like very small. And I'm just like, I'm just like, we're in 2024 now. Don't we have that technology to sense, to just turn red for me if there's a car that's gonna go? Because if there's no cars,
allegedly should have been like that, but no.
but if there's
sadly,
no cars, why do I have to stop?
Yeah, you're right.
Now, I'm not talking about intersections that are big. I'm talking about small, stupid little streets like that.
Yeah,
why does that
like
stupid
from
little
alleys or things like that, right?
Yeah, where they have lights for some weird reason. Well, they probably have lights because in the day it gets busy, like the streets.
Yeah.
But at night, turn on the sensors that I'm talking about that don't exist. That probably don't exist. But put sensors so that, the traffic can just keep moving until a car is on that other street. That's when it should turn red for this street, for the main street.
Aye, but if they don't have money for like improving education and other worthy things, improving the hospitals, you think they're gonna improving the roads? They're gonna do the censoring thing? Like, no. But I understand that this affects you and all the other Uber drivers, either Uber Eats or DoorDash or all that, because you have a time to.
The night drivers.
Yeah.
It affects the night drivers.
Yeah. Sorry. That's what I meant. Another thing that really me cae en los huevos, it's when people stop almost at the train tracks.
Okay.
Why? My understanding, and please people correct me if I'm wrong, but the speed of the train passing over makes something with the wind, the velocity, their speed is so fast that it pulls some of the items near the train tracks. So if a car it's stopped after those designated lights, or what is it called? That wood thing that it makes it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know what it's called either, but I know what you're talking about.
Well, it's like a piece of wood that it's
yeah, it comes down when the train is coming.
Vertical, and when a train comes, besides the lights flashing, it goes down horizontal to not allow another car to keep driving. And so some cars, they stop after those lights. And I feel like the traction of the train going so fast is going to pull that car and they're going to crash. And how many of these videos we have seen of trucks, cars, 18-wheelers, they stop in the crossing a railroad, and then the train comes and there's collision, Eso me cae en los huevos.
So I don't know. Well, first of all, the thing that comes down, it's always very, very close to the track. So I can never see anybody stopping after, unless of course it's like one of your videos, because they were already there before that thing even came down. That's why that happened.
What do you mean they were already?
Yeah, like the trucks that you're talking about in the videos, they were already on top of the track.
Yes.
Before that thing came down. Yes. Yes.
Well, now that you mention it,
yes.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I don't know what you mean about things getting pulled because of the velocity.
That's what I was told.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. Then I would see a bunch of stuff flying, but that doesn't happen. And I know because I used to live in an area where there was a heavy train presence. So and I've had to stop many times, and no, that doesn't happen.
And as a matter of fact, okay, let's pretend, sadly, your car is malfunctioning and you're crossing the streets. There's a railroad, whatever. You have to get to your destination, and the car breaks down exactly there. And all of a sudden you hear far away that there's a train coming, and obviously you're trying to pedal the car and get it started, but it won't start. So obviously you're gonna leave the car. Don't walk like forward to the train. Run in the direction that the train is coming. So the collision, the parts of your car getting destroyed or the truck or whatever doesn't hit you. Did you know about that?
I am not following actually.
Oh, okay.
Say it again.
Okay. So even if like your car breaks down in the freeway, but especially in the train tracks, you should not stand there and just wait there and go, oh my goodness, my car is getting crushed. You should run the direction of the train is coming. So
okay.
that way when the collision happens, parts of the vehicle doesn't hurt you, like a piece of window or glass or anything like that. So you shouldn't stand there. You should run on the direction of where the traffic is coming, because then the impact is gonna push forward all that debris, and you're gonna be like out of that debris of that things to hurt you. Did I kind of explain myself?
But can't you just run away too? Like the other way,
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying run in the direction of where the truck might or where the train might hit.
No. Like if the train is coming, was most of the time, right? If the train is coming from your right, run towards the right, but not into the train, but on that side. Don't go like trying to. You will never run faster than the train coming to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But can't you also run perpendicular to?
Yes, ideally you should do that, but most people don't do that.
Really?
I've seen it on the videos that they just stop there, or even other people pull them away from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another big no-no.
What else?
¿Qué es otra cosa, Rick, que a ti te cae en los huevos?
What's
of
another
driving?
another thing that I've had it with? Big trucks, and this I think this only happens in regional areas where there's a population of Mexican. People are in their big trucks, and they put that loud ranchera music, that loud regional Mexican music. Look, I listen to heavy metal, which is not a very popular type of music, but I sure as hell don't have it windows down and everybody listening to it.
Haters gonna hate.
Nobody wants to hear anybody else's music.
But that's
Doesn't
true.
matter what it is, but I just say that example because that's the one I see the most.
Here in Texas.
In region, because I think it happens also in other areas that are heavily populated with Mexican people.
Mm-hmm. So wait. So you're disliking the music or how loud it is?
I'm disliking
Or both.
the fact that people, doesn't matter who, have their music on loud with the windows down.
I think we had already said that.
Well, we said the one with the big speakers. Those people have it closed, but it sounds loud outside.
But it's still, the
but
vibration.
You also have the ones that have their windows down and they're playing their music that nobody wants to hear. Even though it's music I like that they might be listening to, I don't want to hear it. Like,
I'm sorry, I don't know how to help you with that.
Close your windows. Close your windows. Nobody wants to hear it.
Well, sometimes they can be like me. I don't have the AC broke from my car, remember? And I haven't had money to fix it.
But you don't put your music loud to where everybody can hear it.
No, I don't, because then again, I'm not going to do what I don't like other people doing to me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Other people do that. Other people put their windows down and full blast the music.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
they want to show off what they listen to.
Miren, esto sí está buena. This is a good one, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hear crap. Like, turn that off.
But it's vice versa. I've heard a lot of the new music, like Here I Go Again with Bud Bunny, and and very loud and with their windows down.
It's okay to hear it, but it should be at the volume of like when you're at Walmart.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Don't exaggerate on the volume. Like, come on.
Rick, another thing that me cae en los huevos is when cars are smelling your fart. They're tailgating you.
Oh, I hate that, but in trucks.
I hated what?
It goes back to me hating on trucks.
I know. No, for me, it's either a car or whatever. Especially, guys, if I'm already speeding, I'm already going sometimes even 65 miles per hour on the freeway. That it's only like 60, and they're still like right behind me. Like, dude or woman, chill. Like, and sometimes I have, most of the time I have the cars also on my right, so I cannot merge to let them pass, That's a thing that I dislike a lot. But it happens not on the freeway. Ironically, it happens more like on regular streets, that they're just right behind you. Like, I pues wipe my butt then if you want to be so close.
Your car has a butt.
No, but I do. That's how I feel. Like they're just right there behind me.
Sometimes I feel like I want to brake really hard. Hold on, hear me out. Obviously, I don't do it, but sometimes I imagine if my car had like a metal bracket where my car won't get damaged, but theirs will. I'll brake hard and then they'll crash into that bracket.
Híjole. No.
I'd have a field day, and it would be their fault.
Oh my goodness. Well, Rick, I have one more. My last one that me cae en los huevos. It's when it's at night or dark already, and cars have their high beams, super bright or LED extra bright, and I cannot see. Like it hurts my eyes. I hate when cars are doing that, especially in the city. I understand if we're driving off the road, if we're going in a road trip where everything is dark, I understand it there so you could see if a deer or if an animal is coming or a car just broke down and it stopped there, like whatever. But here in the city, like that's ridiculous and it's hurting my eyes. And a lot lately, cars are doing that. So what do? Pues I put mine as well. Like, pues ¿qué traes? Yo también. I can do it too, And it shouldn't be like that. I know that that's not the attitude that I should have. But why are they having their their fabulous lights? I'm getting too excited.
Did you not stare at the sun when you were a kid?
Ya vas a empezar. No, it's bad for your eyesight. They tell you not to do that.
I did that all the time, and I wear no glasses. I can see perfectly fine.
Well, good for you. Whatever.
That's why I can see those high beams. And I'm like, what? Give me some more. No, just playing. No, I hate it too. You know why? Especially at night. Well, because they only have it at night, right?
Yes.
Because I can see just fine. Mm-hmm. But the problem is when they're no longer in my vision, in my eyesight, I see the little dot.
Exactly.
And that's what impairs my vision. Not the high beams that I'm seeing. But once that car has passed, then I see the little dot of their lights in my eyesight. That it goes away, right? But I see that, but that's what impairs my vision.
And you know what? People have told me, well, don't stare at the light. Look at the road. Don't stare at the car. Look at the road. And I'm trying my best.
And they tell you that because of that.
Yes.
That way that dot won't be in front of you. It'll be like over here.
And I try it, but still it's so bright, and especially getting closer to me, that it just blurs my vision. That can cause an accident, and what I usually do is like I stop speeding, and but it happens a lot in streets that it's only like 20, 30, at the maximum 35 miles per hour. And so I get very upset that it's happening lately even more, I don't think they really know what's the purpose of those lights, that they're only like I said, like off the cities, not here like at 8 p.m.,
Mm-hmm.
So those were the ones that a mí me caen los huevos about driving. Do you have any more, Rick, because the time is running out.
We're already at 1.
Yes,
It is
sir.
running out.
Yes. Do you have any other things that te caen los huevos
Yes, those
of
people.
driving?
Yeah, those people that don't move when the light has turned green, and you have to honk at them.
Oh,
And that's
my
usually
goodness.
and that's usually because they're on their phone. Get off the phone, people.
Yes. It's green. I have a tolerance. I wait 5 seconds. I even go like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if not, then I do honk at them.
Mine is more like 2 seconds, but I'm like with my hand is already on the horn.
But you don't use it.
Well, hold on. I mean, sometimes I do. With them, I do, because I'm there and I'm like, are they gonna move? Are they not? Are they gonna move? But once I see that they don't move, I'm like, beep, and then they take off like right away, like oh shit. So that's kind of always funny to watch. But yeah, it's those people that.
Now, don't misunderstand me. But if I am the one who is in front of you, and all of a sudden, the light turned green, I'm not gonna go forward. I still, even if it's a red light, I still look to my right and to my left that no more cars are coming, and then I start speeding, because you don't know how many accidents you're seeing that the light, your light is green and you go forward and somebody's running a red light and they crash with you. You know, that is horrible, but it happens over and over. You can see it in Fell Army or whatever, like over and over. So when the light is immediately green, that's another thing I told my son. Don't immediately assume, oh, it's my way. No, still look to the right, look to the left. I'm sorry, no cars are coming. Okay, now I can proceed.
Yeah. The other one I hate is, and this mostly you see it on highways, is those cars that are just swerving through traffic because they want to be the first ones wherever they're going to go.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like everybody's going 60, but there's always like 1 or 2 cars that want to go 70 or 80. And then in heavy traffic, they're going through traffic.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And that is very dangerous.
I hate those people.
That is true. And you know what? Usually
don't like
those
you.
are men.
I don't like you with the passion.
And men between their 20s to their 50s. That they have that like...
And they're probably wearing sunglasses.
Yeah. And they're like, it's because there was another podcast about, we were talking about sunglasses. But eventually we will do it in English. That one was in Spanish. And then they're very like, ¿Qué tiene? What's wrong with it? It's my car, it's my life. I'm the one driving. I'm the one to have the skills. So it's like frustrated men that could not be car racers. Is that correctly how I said it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that frustration, they put it there and they're like, I still want to make it, or I still young. I still have the skill, you know?
I'm the best driver in the world.
Yeah, something like that.
There's no such thing.
No,
there's no
not.
such thing. There's no such thing if you're sharing the road.
Yeah.
Which everybody does. Unless you're not sharing the road, then do whatever you want. But we all have to share the road, so that's never gonna happen.
Guys, it's time to reveal the answers of our questions where we're separating the
yolk from the egg whites.
Yeah. What do we dislike the most? So take it away, Rick.
I asked you what you hate the most: being stuck in traffic or missing the green light. And you said being stuck in traffic.
Yes, especially when I used to live in another part of the town, and there's a lot of traffic there. And sometimes I do have to confess, I was not living with a lot of time from my house. So immediately getting caught in the traffic, I'll be like, oh no, I had to call work and, submit 30 minutes of PPT or whatever, so I wouldn't get in trouble. And I don't like to use my time for that. I want to use it like when sadly I get sick, or like the holidays that I have over my family. So yeah, I hate being caught in the traffic. Like, ugh, no.
I asked you
Uh-huh.
if what you hate the most, grocery cart in the middle of the parking spot, or people that open the door and hit your car. And you said people that open the door and hit your car.
I have been inside of my own car waiting for my boyfriend or my son when the other cars hit me.
And what do you do?
Well, it all depends. If it was like a little bit low, I'll let it go, especially if it's elder people, like whatever. But if it's young people or like my age, I'm like, hey, be careful. O les pito, les hago, hey. Like I'm sorry, I honk my car and I'm like, be careful. You know, I do let them know that. Be careful.
Getting stuck behind a tractor or getting stuck behind a school bus?
It's because the school bus, I know that they're trying to drive more safely because it's not their children. And being a mom, I'm very conscious of that. So they, especially when they stop and let a kid off the school bus and that kid needs to cross the street, like I'm okay with that. I will wait for them. You know, I don't want anybody to get injured. And I immediately, like a mom, I put in their shoes. But being behind
A tractor.
yes. Now where I live, there's a lot of those tractors because there's a lot of fields and cotton
I used
fields.
to live over there, so I know how it is.
Believe it or not, I use that scene from Finding Nemo. Hopefully we can put it where the little girl, the dentist's niece, is tapping on the fish tank, and the little starfish is like, think of something nice, think of something nice, think of something nice, you know. That's what I try that moment. And something that has helped me, a great solution. I know you didn't ask me for it, but a great solution, especially since at work I took that emotional intelligence training. And I was telling to my coworkers, and they even came it up with, listen to music while you're driving. Your favorite music, you're singing about it or you're humming it, and that like calms you down. That relaxes.
Well, I don't know. My music tends to be angry, so
Yeah, that's true. Your music is like.
yeah. So I don't know if that's gonna help any.
But I've noticed that what you're doing is you're tapping in the steering wheel, and you're not honking other cars. You're not speeding. You're just like playing the drums. So you're still cool, you know?
Yeah.
So that's just
Well,
an advice.
I never said I get angry.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just trying to be silly here.
So guys, we survived our first English podcast. Woohoo!
Yeah. So if you found our topic of driving relatable, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
And
So
I'm
that-
eager to know what you guys are thinking. Tell us everything. Put it in your comments. Please, please. We need to know. We need that feedback.
Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any future episodes.
Very good, Rick. Aye. More are coming, guys. More are coming. And I hope you have enjoyed this podcast while you were driving, ironically, or cleaning the house, you know, doing some chores. I don't know, painting. Shout out to all the farm hammers out there. And yeah.
No.
To all those friends.
No. We don't associate.
I do.
No, I'm just playing.
So thank you so much, guys. Once again, this was Huevos.
Caidos.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.